Hey.
What's that?
My mom moved, so she sent me a box full of my old stuff. Look at this. Yearbooks, pictures, my ballet shoes.
You took ballet?
My mother wanted me to. She was a very involved parent, you know. I guess because she raised me by herself. She also sent me to cooking school.
So she was both mother and father to you, and you were both son and daughter to her?
Hey, it just so happens a lot of very masculine men perform ballet. Ooh, my Barbie town car.
Batty bunkers crazy, loopy loony hazy. Chaotic, neurotic, peculiar and amazing. Demented, deranged, particularly strange. Frantic, raving, shaky, flaky, making me insane.
Freaks and geeks.
I'm Joshua Jackson. Hey.
Oh, hey.
Remember I told you I was being interviewed for an article in the Yale alumni magazine?
Remember, how could I forget? It's the neatest thing ever.
Well, the student who's writing it was wondering if he could observe us working together someday, you know? Get a feel for what we do. Maybe that would...
What's this reporter's name, anyway?
Pryce, why?
Come on in, Pryce.
Pryce, Whitman, this is Ian Stark.
Wow, Mr. Stark, this is such an honor. I mean, Henry's already told me so much about you.
Oh, he has?
You know, how you're the kind of writer who generates a lot of raw material, which Henry then sifts through to find the book.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sometimes I just type pages and pages of words, which Henry cleverly arranges into sentences and paragraphs.
Well,
And did you know that every morning Henry picks out my clothes so I don't accidentally go outside wearing the shower curtain?
We laugh like this every day. Coffee?
I'm sure.
So, Pryce, why did you decide to profile him?
Well, why wouldn't I? I mean, he started off editing the school newspaper, and look where he is now, working closely with people like, well, you.
So what you're saying is, the most interesting thing about Henry is me.
Obviously, he's joking.
Of course I am. Seriously, what is interesting about you?
Well, I would have to say,
And that's just off the top of his head.
Is anyone else belching up that pizza? Because all I'm tasting... Oh, hello.
Hi.
Pryce, this is Maddie Keller. Pryce is interviewing me for the Yale alumni magazine.
Well, nice to meet you.
That's an interesting name. Short for Madeline?
Actually, my real name's Margaret, but as a kid, I was always mad at something, so my parents gave me the nickname.
Gosh, are the movie rights available to that story? Maddie, we're kind of in the middle of something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if Pryce and I are in the way...
Pryce is not in the way, so cuckoo cachoo, Mrs. Robinson.
Well, it was really nice meeting you.
Well, you too. And you don't seem so mad to me.
Oh.
Yeah, you can start calling her by her new nickname, Lucy. Sorry, business calls. McNeely here. Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. I said, hi, Grandma. I'm sorry, I should probably take this. God knows how much time she's got left. Oh, that you heard.
I don't mean to impose, but would you mind if I ask you a few questions?
All right, what do you want to know?
How do you feel about the fact that you're considered the finest new writer in this genre?
Well, finest is such a subjective term. I mean, after all, it's not a competition, is it? I'm just happy people like my book.
Do you feel pressure to surpass the brilliance of Below Ground?
Well, you don't set out to create brilliance. You just tell your story. If it happens to be brilliant, so be it.
Where were you from June of 1981 to December of 1982?
Henry!
It's just that those 18 months are left off all your bios. Where were you?
Nowhere.
Well, you had to be somewhere.
Look, this story isn't even about me. Henry!
Come on, Mr. Stark. A person doesn't just vanish.
I didn't just vanish, okay?
Then where were you?
Not that this has anything to do with Henry, but I was living on an Indian reservation in New Mexico.
Really? What reservation?
Hopi.
Huh. I never knew that.
Wow. A man of letters among the Indians. That sounds so interesting.
I went to Apache day camp.
If you don't mind my asking,
Actually,
why...
I do mind. I'd rather you just stick to Henry.
Thanks. I was chosen to read to the little braves and squaws around the campfire, which ignited my passion for storytelling. And my moccasins.
Yeah. You getting this down?
Then, when he asked him, get this, Ian suddenly reveals he lived on a Hopi Indian reservation.
That is unbelievable. Let me ask you something. Was Pryce checking out my ass when I walked out of the room?
We spent so much time together. I wonder why he never told me about that.
Oh, maybe it's really personal. Maybe he fell in love with the Hopi woman and moved there to be with her.
Well, I guess that's possible.
The Native American ladies can be very sexy. Look at Pocahontas.
Please tell me you don't mean the cartoon.
Of course not. Okay, what? There's another Pocahontas?
Henry.
Oh, hey, Pryce.
Oh, hi, Maddie. You work here?
Oh, part-time. I'm also a student, just like you.
Only his school's motto isn't learn while you sleep.
Speaking of sleeping, how's that article on Henry coming?
Well, actually, that's why I stopped by. I did some checking, and it turns out Mr. Stark did not live with the Hopis in New Mexico like he said. Do you have any idea why he would lie about a thing like that?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now you're talking about my friend. If he says he lived on a Hopi reservation in New Mexico, then he lived on a Hopi reservation in New Mexico.
There is no Hopi reservation in New Mexico.
You know what else he lied about? He said Maddie ate all my ice cream because she was so depressed about being too old for that college guy.
I'll speak to Ian about it. I'm sure there's an explanation.
Yeah, I've got the explanation. He ate my ice cream and blamed it on sorry old Maddie.
I'm sure you'll be able to find out what's going on. Oh, I'm late. I'll see you tonight.
Okay.
And for whatever it's worth, I think you're beautiful. Any guy would be lucky to go out with you.
Thanks. You know, maybe we could go out and have a drink sometime.
Yeah, in 6 months when I turn 21.
Okay. Well, see ya. So what is that, September?
Hey, can I get a beer? What?
You never lived on an Indian reservation, did you?
Huh?
Pryce was just here. He told us there are no Hopi reservations in New Mexico.
Oh, who cares? This is supposed to be your story. Why the hell's he digging around in my life? It's none of his business.
Why are you getting so defensive? No one's digging around in your life. So where were you?
Yeah, where were you?
And where's my ice cream?
All right. Listen, I do not want this getting out. Those missing 18 months, I was at the Sunnyvale Mental Institution.
Hey, don't change the subject.